Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, yesterday we did this little video, contact form on click, when you click your little button. A contact form is going to pop up, or any section you want actually. We're sort of continuing on with that theme today. We've got a slightly different one that's really handy to know. We're actually going to switch sections on click. If I roll down this page just a little bit, we've got a button here. I've got a section with three little blue call to actions there. I've got a button here. It says show section X. This is section X. If I click on it, it's going to show a different section and it's made the other one disappear. If I click on it, it's going to show section Y. Really nice little feature, really easy to do. I've written all the code for you, so don't worry. You'll find the link down below, which will open up this PDF. And I'll take you through the entire process. Okay, well, let's start with a new page. Call your page what you want. And of course, we're going to use the Divi builder. I'm going to go ahead and build from scratch. But I'm going to throw in bit of content so we've got something to work with here rather than you watching me build it all on screen. So I'm going to add a few little sections from a library. Let's throw that one in. And down below we'll throw another one in. Now we want a bit of content down below because we're going to switch between these two sections. Let's throw that in. Okay, we've got a bit of content to work there. We've got three little sections. In this top one here, I'm going to throw the button in that we're going to use to toggle between two of these sections. I'm just going to use a single column for this and a Divi button module. And I'm going to start off, if we look down at our code here, and I'll put this all in a code module in a minute, we're going to start off showing section X. So on the button, I'm going to show section Y. And you can change this for anything you want. For simplicity, I've just done that. So let's copy that. Go back to our button. That's what I'm going to put in there. I don't want those little inverted commas either side. Great. I'm not going to put a link in there. We'll do what we did yesterday. I'm going to make that button just slightly more interesting. Let's scoot this up. I'm going to pop it in the middle. And all I'm going to do is do exactly the same as I did yesterday. I'm going to make the button text white. It'll disappear. I'm going to give it a blue background. And we'll create a hover effect common to all Divi modules. You can roll over the writing, see some little icons appear. If there's an arrow, we can create a hover effect. Desktops, when the mouse is not on it, we'll keep that as blue. And hover, when the mouse is on it, let's turn that to a different color, purple. I'm not going to have any border on mine. Obviously, all these styling options are up to you. And I'm going to make it pill shape like the rest of our buttons we've had on this site. Let's just flip that back to desktop view so it's blue. And I'm also going to take that little icon away. And again, of course, this is entirely up to you. Take that away. Let's show button icons and no. Great. Well, we've got our little button there. And we've got some sections. Now, perhaps we want to show this section. And then when we click on the button, we'll have this section pop in. But the first thing we need to do is add the actual code here. And to do that, we need to add a code module. You can put it pretty much anywhere you want, but I wouldn't put it in any of your sections that you're going to flip between. So I'm going to put it in this little section down below here. I'll just give it its own little row. Then we'll add a code module. I'm going to go over to this PDF here. I'm going to copy it from the top there, the opening script tag, all the way down to the bottom, the closing script tag. Control C to copy. And we can come back, put your cursor in your code module, and we'll paste it in there. And I'll just talk you through it quickly. Not much to know really. we've got two sections, section X and section Y, that we want to display or not display. Now we haven't named them yet. We've got to give each of these CSS ID of section X and section Y, and I'll do that in a second. And our button, we've got to give a CSS ID of my button, because we're getting it to when you click on that button, it's going to display or not display one of these sections here. And also the text content from those button, or that button we just created, is going to change from show section Y to show section X and change back when we click on it. So let's assign these and we should be pretty much good to go on this. So section X, if you copy it, make sure you don't copy those inverted commas. Control C to copy. We'll just save that. Let's call this section X perhaps. Well, look, let's start off at the top. Let's call this section X. Go into the section. Over to Advanced is where you'll always find CSS IDs and classes. And we'll give it a CSS ID of section X. I'm not going to go back into that code module. I know the next one's section Y, so I'm just going to go into this section. Do exactly the same thing. Advanced, CSS IDs and classes. And we've already assigned this one because I saved it from my last one. But I was going to just paste that in there and change the last letter to section Y. So we've got a section Y and we've got a section X. Now the code button itself, let's just go over here. It's got to have an ID of my button, and you'll also see that up here, my button. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy that ID. Or go back here. Let's go into the button this time that we want to use to switch between the two sections. Here it is. Over to Advanced, CSS IDs and classes, yet again. Now we'll pop that ID in there without that little inverted comma. I accidentally copied that inverted comma. If you do, just delete it like that. Great. Now I've got the same amount of text in my button, so it's not going to change width when I click on it and the text change. If you have different amounts of text, your button's going to shrink and expand depending on how much text in there. If you want to keep it the same width all the time, really easy. Let's go in there. Again, we'll go over to the Advanced, but this time we're going to go to Custom CSS below. I'm going to go into the module elements over here and down to the main element. I'm just going to write one little line of code. I'm going to give it a fixed width. I'm going to say width. I'll try 250. I'll make it a bit wider. There we go. And whatever you put in there, it will stay that width at all times. So if you've got different amounts of text in there, it's going to remain constant. Of course, you want to make it wide enough to accommodate your longest bit of text or your longest word. Great. So if we've done everything correctly here, this should actually work for us now. We'll save this. I'm going to hit my little purple button. Save draft or publish if we're ready. And let's exit the Visual Builder. If we roll on down now, first thing you're going to notice is one of those sections has disappeared, that little blue section with a portrait. And we're just left with this section, which was section X. So if we want to show section Y, we'll click on the button. There's section Y. If we want to show section X again, show section X. And if I roll down a little bit more, well, let's show it. Just to show you, we've got that gallery down below. It is actually replacing it, not just pushing it down. If we flip it over, we've got that gallery down below there. So it's actually switching between those sections. Great way of A, getting your customers to interact with your site, and B, saving a little bit of real estate on the page. You can have anything you want in these sections. I've made it very, very simple here, but obviously you can go to town and do what you will. So there you go, guys. Don't forget that link's below the video. It's going to open up this PDF. All you have to do is exactly what I did today, which is copy and paste and use a little code module. Make sure you get all of it. Don't cut off any tags or anything like that, because it will not work. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's plenty of more videos coming up. If you have any questions about anything, pop them down below the video. I'll do my best to answer them for you, or make a little demo video like this one. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.